Everyone, welcome back to another video. It's your host Ray. So today's video is my fifth review of this model tank, the 35th, the 1/35th scale Tamiya mid-production broom bar. This is a rather old kit, well, one of the older ones anyway, and I've had this kit for about 2 years now. But the past reviews that I made about it were absolutely terrible, and I just took too much time, and I just hope to just slow down, well, speed up the process here and cover what I need to cover. So hopefully this is helpful to you, and if it isn't, well, sorry about that. So yeah, I'll just begin right away. So I'll talk about the build of the tank first. Personally, it was a very pleasant build. I really liked it. Highly would recommend for a um, novice to intermediate level modeler. Make sure you do have the correct supplies though, such as precision tweezers. This is a really big thing because this was my first model tank kit and it was very hard to do without them. And I don't know how I pulled off a lot of the details without precision tweezers. Uh, yeah, so I really don't have any complaints other than a few issues with. Oops. Yeah, as you can tell, I'll talk about the back here later. There's a few parts back here that are really small that I really didn't appreciate the way they fit. But yeah, otherwise I really don't have any other complaints because it's a pretty good kit. Um, the only other issue I had with fitting stuff together was gluing the um, top part of the superstructure to the hull. That was very hard to do. I had to sand a lot of parts, cut them, and finally I got a fit. And even then, I had to hold it together for a solid 10 minutes because, well, yeah, right around 10 minutes because the glue was just being annoying and it wouldn't dry. Even though I was using super glue and it says it bonds in seconds. It really didn't. But yeah, that's more or less the glue's fault, not mine or the kit's. So yeah, I'll just begin going over parts of the tank. We'll start up with the main part of the superstructure. Well, the lower part of the hull, and then I'll move upwards from there. Let me zoom in real quick. Here we have a light that can be switched on to guide the tank during driving at night. Jack rest block. It's supposed to be made out of wood, but this one's obviously made of plastic and painted out to look like wood. Up here we have the main part of the hull. Nothing. No, the doors here don't open. Just standard hull. Spare track here that is included. Spare tracks. There's a lot of spare track links that you can add all over the tank, as well as um, one more spare tire. But I'll talk about the spare wheels later. Not tire. I need to get used to saying wheels. Uh, and you also have something to hold the tracks here, except I didn't add that on this kit because I didn't feel like it. Um, and over here you have an axe and whatever the hell this is. I honestly have no idea what it is. Um, Down to the hull and chassis. Let me zoom out real quick for you. Uh, Standard Panzer IV hull and chassis, just nothing special about it. The wheels do spin, although I don't recommend spinning them too much because I mean this is supposed to be a model for display, and if you do intend on doing something with like remote control and stuff, don't do it because these are plastic parts and the tracks are made of rubber and they'll break really easily. Um, so yeah, just gonna warn you for that part. Moving up to the main part of the upper part of the superstructure front. Give me a sec. There we go. So you have the main 15 centimeter gun. This is the Shoot 43/1. This is the later version of the gun. You only get this later version. You don't get the earlier version. Uh, Here's the driver's area. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Driver's port. Nothing too much. You only get one option for an optic, even though there was like two options for like the way his optics are set up. Um, the gun does not traverse in any way. I don't believe it's meant to do that, and I mean, considering this is a display model, it's perfectly justifiable. It's just something I want to point out. Uh, so once you glue it in place, it's staying there. Here are the hooks. Just two little hooks to hang stuff. Like you can hang spare tracks, helmets, a bucket or something. All of those are actually included in this kit, like for spare parts, which is really cool. So Yeah, I'm gonna say a lot about the spare parts because there's a lot of spare parts and accessories you can add. Off to the side of the superstructure, you have two pistol ports. They don't have full holes that they fill. They're just indentations that you glue into, so you can't really make a diorama out of that. Like if you want to put someone shooting a pistol through here, uh, you will see little indentations here and dents. Those are for the side skirt armor. It's just standard side skirt armor, nothing too special about it. You can put it attached or removed or both. You can have them attachable and removable. Um, but yeah, not much about that. Moving towards the back of the tank, here you have a little supply box just to hold tools and stuff. Nothing, there's obviously nothing in there. Fire extinguisher, a ratchet, shovel, tree cutters, and a wrench. I'm sorry about that. That's what this looks like from the top. Nothing too special back here. As we move to the back, we'll get to the fender. Well, not, I think, no, those aren't fenders. Those are mud guards. I don't really have anything to complain about the mud guards, just it's kind of hard to attach them. But once the glue's dried, they stay on there strong. Here's the muffler, and here's just a little guide to the exhaust. Here's a little bucket. This is included in the kit. It's not required, but I just felt like hanging it back here. And this little set of pipes here, you'll notice that's actually the manual engine start. So like if the engine wouldn't start from the inside, you can manually start it from back here, which is pretty cool. Just learned about that. Nothing else back here. Just a few irrelevantly small parts with like this here, this little thing right here. It's just pretty small and very hard to get on, and I'm not sure how I pulled it off without these little precision tweezers. Here are the spare wheels. These are optional. You don't have to add them, but I believe on most, if not all, mid-production broom bars, the spare wheel holders have always been there. Man, every time I'm making a video, there's always some sort of weird-ass interruption. I'm sorry about the expression, but like there was a car horn. Then earlier I was trying to make this video and there was a doorbell. Sorry for getting off topic. Let's continue. And more spare parts. Here, this is here's the jack, so like you can access the underside of the tank. This isn't the one that's included in the kit. This one's another one that I got from an E100 tank from Amusing Hobby. If you want to go see the review, go for that one. Go look at my channel. The one that's included is a little bit smaller, so just want to point that out. Here's some more spare track and two jerry cans that can be just stored anywhere. I just want to put something out here. This little thing right here holding the jerry cans back, that is not included in the kit. It's just something custom I made for myself, and it's pretty easy to make. Just take some styrene and glue it together. But yeah, not much to see on the other side of the superstructure. Let's get to the top of it. I lied. Let me go over some of the spare parts and stuff. So about the spare equipment and stuff, like you can add ropes. There's ropes that are included. And here, if you can see it, this little black thing right here, this is actually rope that's included in the kit. There's there's a rope set that is included that is molded together, which is this one here, and there's also two ropes that you can customize to your liking. I'm so sorry, I just can't talk today. It's Sunday. There's a rope that you can customize to your liking, except that is pure plastic, so there's really it's very hard to do. It's like to bend it and stuff without snapping it. And if you do want to bend it, you have to play with fire. You have to burn it, literally, like warm it up with fire. So that's definitely a safety hazard. So if you're a younger modeler like me or someone who's inexperienced, don't do that until you have experience. Now that we're at the top of the tank, we'll just go over this from this side. Here you have two. This is I'm not sure who this guy is. I think this is the gunner or radio man's hatches. Here's a machine gun port and just the other door. You can have them open or closed, but just keep in mind there's nothing to like there's no hole here to put a machine gun through, which I mean it's that's alright. You can order one online, but like still it would have been nice if they did include a machine gun. Here's the commander's hatches, the gunner's periscope. It does not move, so just want to warn you with that. And here is the crew ventilator. It just ventilates air from the inside of the tank. Considering that this thing fired 15 centimeter gun, there's going to be a lot of smoke that ends up in the inside of the tank, so you definitely want this on there. I'm aware of the fact that I'm taking quite a while to review this, so let me finish up the review and I'll let you guys on your way. I'm just going to go over the paint scheme and just finish the outro, so if you don't want to listen to that, just feel free to stop watching this video here. Thanks for watching. But about the paint scheme, this isn't based on any like historical German paint scheme. This is actually based off of a cartoon character that I had, which it was a cartoon about tanks, and like it's like the Tank Toons cartoon that is about World of Tanks. It sounds kind of stupid, and I'm not gonna show it on my YouTube channel because it is kind of stupid. So, yeah. So this is what he looked like, and back here you'll probably notice some other weird stuff. So it has this thing, my channel name, RPGIV. That's because that's based off of the initials of my actual name, and I felt like putting that back there just to sign it as my tank. And you can barely see it, but let me move this. You can see the U.S. Civil Defense logo. I just like the way that logo looks, and I felt like adding it back here. And this number 4, which is not included in the decal set, I just felt like adding as well. So yeah, that's it for this review. Sorry for the lengthy review, but I know this had to take a while for me to cover everything I wanted to cover. So yeah, that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Feel free to watch my other tank reviews, and you might want to watch them because I have some reviews. I'm not trying to brag about myself, I'm sorry, but I do have some reviews that no one else has done yet, so I might want to watch those. Peace out. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.